let's just get crack-a-lacking because this one's gonna be a doozy. I hate intros, so I'm not doing an intro. This is my experience of when I was in LA. Deal with it. So basically, I went to LA. My camera just won't focus, but that's okay. Basically, I went to LA for Harry Styles' one night only show. You know, he did the Forum live listen for Fine Line. So I flew for that. That was the main reason. Also because LA is like my dream home. That's where I want to live really, really, really badly. So it was kind of like, this is a fun experience. I'm kind of getting a taste of what I'm going to have. You know what I mean? I sectioned it off by days, so like Thursday through whatever. And that's just how I'm going to go about it. Alright, starting with Thursday. We got on the plane Thursday morning at like, I don't even remember, like 6:30 or something. I was fucking terrified. It was my first time ever being on a plane. And we were flying all the way across the country, literally from the East Coast to the West Coast. So that was really terrifying, and I cried like a little baby. But I ended up surviving clearly, so that was great. The flight was like ridiculously long, in my opinion. But it was fine. Great experience. 10 out of 10 would not recommend though. Then we got off the plane, blah blah blah, got an Uber to the hotel, checked into the hotel. Right next to the hotel was the Hollywood and Highland Mall. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. It was on the corner of Hollywood and Highland, and that's what I'm calling it, because it didn't have a name. So we checked into the hotel, then we walked over to that mall and like went into the stores and everything, kind of just familiarizing ourselves with the area.
It was a pretty lit time. It was a pretty lit time.
And we were doing this, one, to like get a grip on LA and stuff, but two, because I didn't have an outfit for the Forum show that was the next day. I didn't have an outfit. So I was like, I gotta spend today finding one. Which I successfully did, but holy shit, it was stressful. But I didn't find anything I liked at that mall. So we took an Uber to Doll's Kill, which I was so happy about, because that's one of my favorite online stores, and I know that they're problematic apparently. And I'm gonna sound like a dick for this, but like, I like their clothes. And I'm working on it. I'm working on finding other like small local shops that kind of sell the same stuff as them. I'm aware of the problems that they're having, and I'm human, okay? Bear with me. Anyways, we went to Doll's Kill. Chef's fucking kiss, bro. It was so cool. There were like strobe lights everywhere. It was like so hard to see in there, like in the best way possible. Really cool. And I did find a shirt there. And then we Ubered to the Grove. I'm sure you've heard of it. Maybe you haven't, but you can look it up. I'm not explaining what it is. But we wandered around there for a long time, went into other shops. I really wanted to go to Brandy Melville because I've never been to one before. So we went to Brandy, which is in the Grove, and I bought a bunch of shit there. Too much stuff I bought, but I couldn't help myself. Mind you, none of it had anything to do with the outfit that I was supposed to be looking for, that I was supposed to be shopping for. I just completely ignored it and was like, I might as well buy this sweatshirt, like, even though I have a million. What's one more? Stupid of me, but I can't help it. Yes, I can. There are dogs everywhere in LA, like, literally everywhere. It made me so happy, though, but I didn't pet one, which is fucked up, but I just didn't. I don't know why, but I didn't. Anyways, after Ubering from place to place to place to place and shopping and going to all these stores, we Ubered back to the hotel. This is all in one day, mind you. We literally flew into LA this day. We ordered food. We got pizza from Postmates.
I know, literally, how did that happen? They had like a fucking potion or something. They were just completely. That was not fair.
Then we went to walk down Hollywood Boulevard at night because why the fuck not, right? Might as fucking well. We didn't want to stay in the hotel the whole time. And there was this man, when we were walking back, there was this man who was holding two parrots. And my animal-loving ass was like, oh my god, look. And I like showed my mom that he was holding two parrots, and this bitch, he saw me. He saw me looking at him. And he walks up to me and goes,
Here, you can hold it.
and see, something in my brain wasn't clicking, and I thought that it was just a dude just who had two pet parrots, and he was like, maybe I'll let this little child hold one. No, that was not his intention. He wanted me to pay him, but I didn't know that until the bird was already on my arm. So I got scammed into taking a picture with a bird. For what? I didn't get any experience out of it. I didn't get any serotonin. There was nothing exciting out of it except I lost money. Next day, Friday, the day of the show, started out by me being very emotionally traumatized because Fine Line, Harry Styles' album, came out at midnight on Friday. I listened to it at midnight as soon as it came out, obviously. I don't even want to talk about it. I really don't. If you understand, if we're on the same wavelength, you know. By Friday morning, the morning of the show, I still did not have an outfit. So, we went out looking for one. Still. I ended up getting a jacket and I paired some of the stuff I already owned together and it looked fine. But we spent the first few hours of the day walking around. I got smoothies though. That was a fun thing. I did get a smoothie. And then got ready for the show. Ubered to the Forum. I went with my sister to the show. So we got there, got through security, took pictures and everything. It was so cute. The setup was literally so fucking adorable. It made my heart so warm. It was so pretty and aesthetic. Everybody there was so fucking gorgeous. The outfits that these hoes put together, oh my god, they were stunning. And then something crazy happened. Before I say what crazy thing happened, I'm going to show a quick video of the arena before it was filled in, by the way, and then a quick video of the crowd. We got to our seats and everything, and we were waiting for Harry to come on, and everything started going to shit. People on Twitter started saying that security cut bag checks, and that they weren't checking bags anymore, and that they were just letting people walk straight through the metal detectors, and some people were setting off the metal detectors, and they just said, keep going through, we don't care. Because apparently they were really late. Security and the Forum and everyone, they were running behind and the show was starting soon, so they were just get everybody in. I heard this information and I panicked. I started sobbing in my seat. I started freaking out. I started being I want to go home, because that's terrifying to hear that security stopped checking backpacks and stopped scanning people through metal detectors and everything. That's not something you want to hear at one of the biggest shows of the fucking year. That's a huge show. It's a one night only thing for Harry Styles. It's his comeback album. It's a huge event, and it can be a big target, especially in America. Blah, blah, blah. So I panicked for an hour, called my mom. I was crying. I was I want to go home. Can we please leave? Ended up staying, obviously, but it was really scary. That's just a fucked up situation in general. Supposedly, it ended up being a rumor. I don't know if it was or not, because I was getting two different sides of stories, but that's not the only thing that they fucked up on, because there were apparently 2,000 people outside of the venue who couldn't get in because Ticketmaster or the Forum, I don't know who fucked up, but somebody oversold pit tickets, and there were 2,000 people outside who couldn't get in. People flew from all over the world for this show. It was truly a mess. And, can't forget, there was a man who was in the pit groping girls, grabbing them, touching them inappropriately, and security obviously got notified of it, but guess what security did? They just said,
keep your hands above your head so we can see that you're not touching girls. But you can stay in the pit, but just keep your hands above your head.
oh my god, everybody was pissed, as they should be. I saw pictures, because people I know, like my friends and everything, and people on Twitter, were taking pictures of the guy and being like, stay away from him if you're in the pit, stay away, he's grabbing girls. They literally made him do this. That's all. Just keep his hands clasped behind his neck, and he just stood like this. Security did not kick out a man who was assaulting literal teenage girls. Clearly the forum has some shit they gotta work out. But eventually he did get kicked out only because the pit started chanting, kick him out, kick him out. And eventually he got thrown out only because the girls were like rioting, kind of. If the girls just kept quiet, he would still be in there. Like, anyway, so clearly it was a fucking mess before the show. But then Harry came out. He was like 2 hours late too, which wasn't his fault. It was because the forum was like so not organized at all. So he obviously had to wait. He came out, he did his thing. We were all vibing. I'll put videos in that I took. Maybe. I haven't been emotionally stable enough to watch them. The show happened on the 13th. It's currently the 18th. It's been 5 days and I still haven't watched my videos because I just can't. You know what I mean? But I might put them in.
There's no one to blame but the drink of my wonderment. Put ourselves stopping and I can't take back.
And then the show was over and I was like so sad. Ubered back home, fell asleep. Saturday, the day after the show, we slept in because obviously me and my sister had been fucking exhausted from the show prior and all the emotional trauma I went through from having a fucking panic attack in the arena. Squad. So we slept in and then I went downstairs to the lobby to get coffee. Wait, no I didn't. That's a lie. I went to the mall next door to get coffee. That's what happened. And then hung out in the hotel room and got Chick-fil-A from Postmates until about 2:30. We kind of like, that was kind of our day to stay in the hotel sort of. Although we didn't really, but like we mostly kind of stayed in the hotel. And then at like 2:30, I went to Studio City and I got my septum pierced. I don't know if you could see it right now. You might not be able to, but I have pictures and stuff that I can put in. Holy shit, that experience in itself was so traumatizing. Because Studio City Tattoo is like very intimidating. Like the inside of it is really scary looking. For me at least, it was really intimidating. It was cool, but it was scary. And I was just this little teeny tiny tot in this room full of badass bitches getting tattoos. And I was just like, can I get a nose piercing? The needle went through and oh my god! Dude, tears just... But it wasn't because I was crying. It was just because my eyes were watering. But oh my god, it hurt like a bitch. It hurt so bad. Like, it was only for like 3 seconds, but those 3 seconds fucking hurt, dude. But it obviously was worth it. Left Studio City, and then once we got back to the hotel, I started further inspecting my septum piercing, and I thought that he pierced it crooked. I started freaking out because I was like lifting my nose up and looking at the septum, and it looked like it was like not straight across. It was like crooked. Do you know what I mean? Probably not, but it makes sense in my brain, and that's all that really matters. It looked super crooked, so I thought that homeboy pierced it wrong, and I just started crying so hard. It was so embarrassing, but like I was so sad because I thought that my first piercing ever had been fucked up. But it turns out that like everybody has that the first few days after their septum piercing because of like swelling and everything, which is totally normal. I didn't know that though, and I was mad at homeboy for a few minutes because I thought that he had fucked my shit, but he didn't. But then by then I was like 5. You have to remember though that getting Ubers from certain places in Los Angeles is insanely fucking like time consuming, because to get 3 miles it can take you 20 minutes. To get 11 miles it can take you an hour. Like, it's just how LA is. So all these times that we've been Ubering, it was taking up a really long time. So our days kind of went by fast. Then we went to Target to get some stuff to clean my piercing, and I got that, whatever, blah blah blah. Came back to the hotel, ordered Postmates, went to bed. You don't care about that. Then Sunday morning came around, the day we left LA. Spent Sunday morning packing up the hotel room because we had to leave that day, checked out, and then we went to the Beechwood Cafe in West Hollywood, it might be, I don't know. But we went to the Beechwood Cafe for breakfast. If you know, you know. Harry Styles, ah. It was so good. I got pancakes and a coffee. It was so cute and aesthetically pleasing in there, bro. Like, no fucking wonder Harry eats there all the time. Then after that, we Ubered to the Santa Monica Pier. It was freezing and windy as shit, so it wasn't really enjoyable, but it was cool to kind of see. Wandered there for a little while, and then we left the pier and we wandered around the shops because there are a shit ton in Santa Monica. Then we got pizza there. I really can't focus. Telling story times, this isn't even a story time, but like telling like a timeline kind of video is like really hard for me because my brain and my ADHD is just like, no, skip to the next thing, skip to the next thing, skip to the next thing. So like my brain can never fully describe what I'm talking about because it doesn't want to, because it's like, you're taking too long, go to the next thing. So I don't really know what's happening. I'm also so like out of it today. Anyway, after that, we went back to the hotel that we stayed at because we had them hold our luggage. So we got the suitcases, and then we Ubered to LAX, which was very sad because I don't want to leave my home. I felt at home there. I didn't want to leave. We ended up getting there super early because we thought security would take way longer than it did. It literally took us like 5 minutes to get through security and TSA and bag checks and everything, which was insane. That didn't even happen in our small state of Connecticut. So then we ended up sitting in our gate and waiting for 3 hours. I'm not kidding. We waited 3 hours to board our plane, which was fine because there were a shit ton of restaurants, sort of, in the airport, and I had my computer and there were movies I was watching and everything, so it didn't really matter.
Doing it right. I'm here. Help me do it. Come on, Smidge. I know you can do it. Confidence gives me strength. Going downtown.
Then we boarded the plane, and I had a panic attack again. once we took off because it was so scary and I didn't like it and it felt like I was on a roller coaster, except I'm not really close to the earth, so like if I fall, then like I'm dead, you know? I don't want to die just yet, so... And it was a red eye, by the way. We took off at like 9:40, 10 o'clock p.m. I couldn't sleep on the plane though. I probably got like 30 minutes in total of sleep because it was really hard and the bitch behind me would not stop pushing my seat forward. It was a quick flight though. Homeboy put the pedal to the metal, my man. He yeeted back to the East Coast. It took like 4.5 hours. So then we got back to Connecticut, got our car, drove the fuck home, and I came home, I said hi to my pets, and then I ended up falling asleep while watching YouTube. That's all. That's what I did in LA. Obviously I did like more stuff, but I didn't want to like...
Next, I got out of bed and I walked over to the bathroom, and then I turned on the shower water.
And like, I don't want to like go, you know, that doesn't... Nobody cares about like the fine details. Anyways, that is all. I'm gonna go now because I'm tired. Just kidding, I'm not, but I'm really out of it, and I don't know what I wanna do, but I don't wanna film right now, so. Oh my god, now you can see my septum. Do you like? Okay, that's all. I'm gonna go now. Don't miss me too much, though.